Sairam students, today we are going to do revision on poem number 4, Scaffolding by Siemens Henne. Then we are also going to do revision on report writing and nouns and kinds of nouns from your New Voices textbook. Along with this, we are also going to solve the textual exercise from page number 18 till page number 19. So all of you be ready with your notebook and along with that with your New Voices textbook. Let us first start with poem number 4, Scaffolding, written by Siemens Henne. Scaffolding by Henne is a simple poem with deeper significance. This poem is about understanding importance of relationship and appreciating friendship. The poet Henne uses metaphor to suggest that relationship does not naturally exist, but are built over a period of time. This poem is 5 neat couplets rhyme. Just as a building requires ample of scaffolding, and once the structure is ready, the scaffolding is removed. Similarly, the poet feels that between him and his friend, the scaffolding is being removed, and the solid structure, that is trust and strong understanding, is being built strong enough. It means that a good bond of friendship is built which is everlasting. Now students, let me tell you what is this scaffolding. Scaffolding is a temporary structure on the outside of a building made of wooden plank or metal pole, and it is used while building, repairing or cleaning the building. When builders start on a building, they have to be careful that the scaffolding is secure so that they do not fall. When they are done with their job, they start back to look at the building they were working on and are very proud of what they have done. Now, just as scaffolding is initially required for a structure to stand till it gains its own strength, similarly, human also requires scaffolding to build any strong relationship. Here, the poet believes that when they start a building, masons are very careful. They check whether the scaffolding is strong and secure so that they can go further in building the structure. They then know that nothing can break their new masterpiece. The image of the building under construction represents a relationship that two friends built over the years. Now here the poet explains, if mutual difficulties arises, two friends would join together to solve their problem and their relationship won't fall in any cost. Poet also explains, as soon as the structure of the building is completed, the scaffolding are being taken off or removed. Similarly, it shows that the solid structure of friendship remains even after the scaffolding is gone. Henne believes any misunderstanding will be cleared up and all the conflicts will be withstood with the solid foundation of the relationship. This poem encourages the reader to value the long-term relationship and cherish it with whole heart. Overall, in this poem, we understand the image of the building under construction represents a relationship that two friends built over a year. Initially, the building needs external support, but eventually it stands on its own. In this poem, the poet explains, even if any difficulties arises in their life, the problem will get easily solved with their mutual understanding. The poet Henne believes any misunderstanding will be cleared up and all the conflicts will be withstood with the solid foundation of their relationship. This poem encourages the reader to value the long-term relationship and cherish it with whole heart. Now students, you all will write this answer. Now this question is there in your textbook, in your New Voices textbook, page number 44. And think and discuss. Students, you can pause the video at any moment and you will continue with writing. Now the question is, why does the poet in scaffolding say that the scaffolds in his relationship could be allowed to fall? Now the answer is, the poet Seamus Heaney said that the scaffold in his relationship could be allowed to fall as he is confident about his relationship and bonding with his friend. Just as the building requires ample scaffolding, and once the structure is ready, the scaffolding is removed, similarly, the poet feels that between him and his friend the scaffolding can be removed. This means that no matter what happens, he shares a good bond with his friends and they don't have to worry about their friendship. With this, we have completed the revision for the poem Scaffolding, and all of you must watch the previous video where we have taught in detail. Now let's start with revision for report writing. Now what is this report writing? A first-hand description of an event, process or incident is called a report. A report is different from any essay. In fact, a report is always factual and does not contain any personal opinions. It's a description of an event or a situation meant for a particular person or a group of persons. Reports about events, accidents, matches, and many more are often published in newspapers. Now let's see some important points to remember while writing a report. A report must always be written in past tense. We don't use first person, that is, pronouns like I, me must be avoided. We must always try to use third person like they, he or she. Then we must always write in indirect speech and must use passive voice. That is, the subject should be the recipient of an action. Students, we must keep in our mind while writing a report that the language which we use while writing should be simple and appealing. That is, it should be attractive and interesting. Then, the time and place of an event should be mentioned while writing a report. Your report language should be correct, concise, that is, one must provide a lot of information clearly and in a few words, that is, brief but comprehensive. Your content should have factual information, that is, it does not include any personal feelings or opinions. It should be systematic and clear for the intended reader. That is, a report is a clear and concise document which is written for a particular purpose and audience. Concise means it should be in shorter length. Generally, it is for 200 words, but again, it depends on the question given. Now, let's see the format of report writing. In the first line, that is in the middle, we will write the heading of the report in capital letters. The heading contains the event name. Just below the heading, we will write by student correspondent. Now again, this will be in the center of the line. Now just below that, from the left hand side margin, we will write venue and date. Like for example, Thane, and the date is 18th August 2020. Then, just beside venue and date, you will put a colon and will start writing the body. Then, the body of a report is again divided into three parts, that is introduction, main content and conclusion. The introductory paragraph informs the reader about the incident or about the event. It is the explanation of the headline. Now, in the introduction, the first line should answer the question in the sequence, that is, what is the event, who conducted it, when was it conducted, and where was it conducted. Then, in the second line, it should answer the question why it was conducted. And in the third line, we can write about the participant or the volunteers that participated in the event. Then, in the second paragraph, it tells about how the event started and what were the highlights of the event. Then is conclusion. In conclusion, we need to summarize the end of the event with a positive note. The conclusion should be based on facts. It can be an objective comment on the events reported. Now students, with this we have completed the revision for report writing. And now for more explanation, all of you must watch the previous video on report writing where detailed explanation is provided. Now let's start the revision with nouns and kinds of nouns, which is there in your New Voices textbook, page number 18 till page number 19. A noun is a word that is used to name a person, place, things, animals, state, or feelings. Nouns are divided as countable and uncountable nouns. Nouns that we can count are countable nouns. This can be singular or plural, like one book or two books, and so on. Some concrete nouns can be counted. You can use articles before countable nouns like a, an, or the. Now let's see what are uncountable nouns. Some concrete nouns cannot be counted. Such nouns are called uncountable nouns. Uncountable nouns, they cannot be counted or divided individually. Although these cannot be counted, but these can be measured. Like for example, in the case of milk, we cannot count milk, but we can say 1 liter of milk, or we can say 1 kg of sugar, right? So thus, the uncountable nouns can be measured. Now, uncountable nouns are always singular, and in these you do not use articles like a or an. In this case, we use words like some, a little, and so on. Now we have different types of nouns like proper noun, common noun, collective noun, material noun, and abstract noun. Now let's revise these. Now let us first see what is proper noun. A proper noun identifies a particular name, person, things, organization, or days of the week, months of the year, and so on. Like for example, person like Julie, Anil, then places like Mumbai, Delhi, things like Ramayan, Gita, Bible, then name of festivals like Christmas, Diwali, then days of weeks like Sunday, Monday, and so on. Then the months of the year like June, July, August. Then all these are example of proper noun. Proper noun always begin with a capital letter. Now students, let's see what is common noun. A common noun does not define a particular person, place, or thing. It is a generic name for person, place, or thing. Like for example, for person like man, uncle, girl, or boy. Common places like city, school, park. Then common things like table, book, apple, and so on. Now let's see what is collective noun. When a noun stands for a collection of person or things, it is considered as one complete whole, and this is called as collective noun. Or a noun which denotes a group of person or other creatures and collection of things. It is called as collective noun. A collective noun is used to name a group of places, animals, person or things as a unit. Like for example, a number of players playing together are known as a team of players. Then the next example is an army of soldiers, then a swarm of bees, and so on. Now let us revise material noun. A noun which stands for the matter or substance of which things are made is called material noun. Or we can also say nouns which denotes material is called material noun. Material nouns are names given to raw elements or objects which exist in nature or is created by humans by using raw materials. The primary source of raw materials are nature, animals and plants. Some examples of material nouns are copper, silver, tea, gold and so on. Now let's see abstract noun. An abstract noun is a name given to a quality, a state or a concept. These are something which we can neither see nor touch, but we can only feel or think of them. Or a noun which denotes quality, condition or action is called abstract noun. Like for example, courage, intelligence and so on. Now, all of you, open your New Voices textbook, page number 19 and let's solve this exercise. And students, you need to write the answers in your textbook. Underline the nouns in these sentences and state their kind. Now the first one, Major Das was a soldier. Now here, underline Major Das and soldier. Now Major Das is proper noun. Soldier is common noun. The next one, my class is known for its discipline. Now underline class and underline discipline. Now here, class is collective noun and discipline is abstract noun. Then the next is, these artists are known for their creativity. Now here, underline artist and creativity. Then artist is common noun and creativity is abstract noun. Then the next one, it is best to tell the truth. Now underline truth. Truth is abstract noun. Then the next one, my mother is a doctor. Now underline mother and doctor. Now here, mother and doctor is common noun. Now the next one, Kaveri saw a fleet of cars approaching the hotel. Now here, underline Kaveri, fleet and hotel. Now Kaveri is proper noun, it's a name. Then fleet is collective noun. Then hotel is common noun. Then Sutlej was flooded during the rainy season. Now here, underline Sutlej and season. Sutlej is proper noun and season is common noun. Then the next one, I trust your judgment. Now here, underline trust and judgment. And trust and judgment are abstract noun. Now, next is, Rima felt a nagging sense of doom. Now here, underline Rima. Rima is proper noun. Sense and doom are abstract noun. Now the next one, she visited London in the month of May, just before the summer holidays. Now here underline London and May as proper noun. Then underline month, summer, holidays as common noun. Alright students, with this we have completed revision for poem scaffolding, nouns and its kinds, and also with report writing. Once again, for detailed explanation, all of you do watch previous video where we have explained in detail. Alright, Sairam.